Bring Michael Barnes into this on the Anthony Scaramucci now saying that he is going to go after White House leakers. Listen to this.
We got to get the leaks stopped, Chris. I know that it's Washington, so it's going to be impossible to stop all of them. But I think what's going on right now is a high level of unprofessionalism, and it's not serving the president. If we don't get the leaks stopped, I am a business person, and so I will take dramatic action to stop those leaks.
All right, dramatic action means firing, worse, whatever. Former Bush 43 political appointee Michael Barnes on what that might mean. Obviously, the president is exasperated by these leaks. Michael, he's been complaining about it from the very beginning. I know the Hillary Clinton people were concerned about leaks themselves, during the campaign and even prior. So where is this going? Now, we're told that Scaramucci is considering sort of like a verbal amnesty here. Anyone who can cough up information on anyone who's giving information, you'll be protected, but we're going to clamp this down. What do you think?
I think that Scaramucci is giving people an opportunity to stop leaking before he goes to the drastic action which would be firing his communication staff. And the problem here is that he's taking the action that the chief of staff should be taking. The chief of staff is not doing it for the other divisions of the White House. Everybody in the White House, everybody in D.C. has access to a reporter at the Washington Post or wherever you want to be able to undermine the president by leaking this sort of information. And so what this means to me is that we need the type of leadership that we're seeing from Scaramucci out of a chief of staff, and Reince Priebus needs to take the hints and go.
All right, now, assuming Reince Priebus does not just up and go, and there are signs here that the president kind of overrules whatever beats he has for the time being, including the hiring of Scaramucci himself as communications director, then what? What type of White House are we likely to see? Clearly panicking that very sensitive issues get out when they shouldn't get out, that the problem clearly is from within. How do they deal with that?
I think they put their own people in. This is a nonconformist administration. They've never really been political. The fact that they put politicals in there in the first place never made sense. It was never a natural fit. And I think that's where the division is. If you see that they actually bring in some of the people who will likely be from the Trump organization or from the campaign and staff the organization with people who are loyal and understand the president better, even if they don't have political experience, this is what the American people elected. They wanted somebody different, and at this point they haven't really gotten it because the president has been squelched in many regards by the traditional politicians in D.C. He hasn't been able to drain the swamp, so to speak. He needs to be able to get that opportunity. He's not going to be able to do it until he separates from the traditional D.C. politicos.
Michael, it might be just conjecture that the president was looking into the whole pardoning thing and just what kind of powers he has to pardon, and whether it goes not only to top aides now, but that allegedly he's been ringing up the idea of pre-pardoning people all the way up to himself. Now, they deny both cases, but what do you think of that?
I think generally speaking, it's an example of the egregious nature of the leaks that are coming out of the White House. I think there's some basis in fact for that information that he was asking about pardons, but he would be asking an attorney, frankly, and that would be confidential information that is protected. And there shouldn't have been any sort of individual who overheard that conversation in the first place. But if they did, they should have had the respect for the presidency and the subordination to the office of the president to withhold that information and not share it with a reporter. That's ridiculous, and that's a prime example of why Scaramucci needs to be doing what he's doing.
But if he is seriously entertaining that kind of thing, however it got to us, what do you think?
I think that he's interested to know, in a worst-case scenario, what could happen and what he could do about it, because this, the investigation, I think, is snowballing. Whether it's based in fact or not, he insists that it's not. And so if he believes that, he wants to know what he can do about it if it continues to snowball.
Yeah, what are his options? Michael Barnes, former Bush 43 political appointee. Very good seeing you.